Hi everyone, it's Maud here again, and welcome to your restorative yoga practice for the lower body. And what that means is the lower back, hips, and legs. And so, this is a great practice to take when you just feel some tightness or some soreness in there, maybe some stagnant energy from sitting all day long. And so, we just want to kind of allow some restorative energy to maybe open them up, feel some release, and give some TLC. So I have here already my bolster, which could be a thick pillow on your part. I have my blocks stacked. I'm sorry, I have my blocks kind of set right next to each other underneath the bolster. So just put something underneath it, underneath your pillow, to kind of encourage this reclined position. And I have here my two blankets, which we are actually going to place underneath our knees. So if you don't have any blankets, if you only have pillows, whatever is in your furniture or bedroom, please grab them as thick, or the thicker the better. So I'm going to get into our first pose right here. So I'm going to place my lower back kind of inches ahead of the edge of the bolster. And I'm going to grab one of my blankets. And even you can see I'm kind of doubling it up so it's really thick. Placing it underneath my right knee, and the other would be my left knee or the thigh, whatever it is. And just kind of open the hips that way. And then just glaze your body on top of this furniture. And if you want your arms to be resting on something, go ahead and do that as long as you feel supported. And just kind of wiggle the body, getting the wiggles out of the way, getting the fidgets out of the way. And feel this nice energy in the inside of the thighs or your groin, but it's a softer energy. We're not necessarily activating those muscles, but we do want to let the breath stay soft, and we do want to start here in a more kind of conscious and aware state and place. So let's take a deep inhale here. And then exhale out. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Then exhale, just softly sigh it out. And one more time, inhale in. And then exhale it out. Beautiful. You could take those deep breaths as often as you can. We want to soften the body now, so really finding length in the back of the neck, some softness in there. We want to let our hips feel grounded towards the mat. We want our knees and our thighs to trust the props outside of it. And letting our fingers just blossom. And our chest feels unrestricted. Allowing the breath to flow up and down. And if it's hard to quiet the mind, if it's hard to get the mind in a place where it can just be in a more peaceful place, I recommend you just focus on the breath coming in and out of the body. Perhaps visualizing the breath coming in through the nose as something white or clear. When you exhale it out, it may be a little bit dark or murky. And that's just the stressors in your life. You're just allowing them to leave your body right now as you get in a more restorative state, in a more peaceful state. Not much effort right here, just awareness and even kindness. It really is okay to just be here. Take a few more breaths here. Nice job. Having the hands outside the thighs kind of help bring the knees together. Walking the feet just a little bit closer towards the glutes, doesn't have to be super close. I want you to grab your prop on the left side and stack it on top of the prop, your prop on the right side. And then cross the right knee on top of the left. And find some nice swings right here, just left and right. Just slow movements, listening to the lower back. Again, there's softness in the face. The neck is not strained. And the next time you bring your knees to the right, you're just going to rest it on top of your props, like so. And then you're going to feel some opening sensation on the left side of your lower back. So try not to press your right knee down too much. Just let it hang. And chest towards the ceiling. Your hands are still on either side of your hips or even hands on the belly, wherever they feel relaxed. And just stay right here. Scan your facial muscles, your forehead, space between the eyebrows, your temples, your jaw, perhaps your lips. And soften where you can soften, allowing the eyelids to feel heavy. We don't do that really just for glamour, but allowing the eyelids to feel heavy sort of encourages the energy that we want to maintain here. And again, you're not sleeping. This is not nap yoga. You're still very much awake and aware. Just lean the legs towards the props. Don't have to press it down. Then gently, slowly bring the knees to center. Uncross the right leg on top of the left. And ever so slowly, without really making abrupt changes, bring the props to the right over to the left side. Whether they're pillows or blankets, totally cool. This time you cross your left knee on top of the right, getting the fidgets out of the way, so maybe resituating the upper body on the bolster. Start to take those swings left and right. This practice is perfect to take maybe in the middle of the day or in the middle of something. And then you just feel your body tense up on your lower back, maybe your hips. You just know that sort of compressed feeling in the hips and the lower back and the legs. But you're not necessarily also looking for something too active. You just want to restore energy in those tight spots. And then the next time you bring your knees to the left, you allow them to just hang on top of your props. And then you just trust your props to catch your legs. Nothing changes in the upper body. Nothing changes in the shoulders or the face or the hands. Wherever they are, you can definitely find a softer place for them. Maybe hands on the belly, or let them remain down. Just make sure you don't clam your fingers or grip something. This time, breathe into the space on the right side of your lower back, maybe that right glute. Just letting the left leg feel heavy on the right without pressing it down. If you lose connection with the breath, come back to that visualization. The breath coming in through the nose is white and clear, leaving the body maybe dark or murky. Then you just feel better with every exhale that you take. You just rid yourself of one stressor over another. And hopefully the rest of the day you feel better and have a hint of smile in your face. Slowly bring the knees back to center. Just slide these props out of the way, wherever they may be. And then slide your left ankle on top of your right thigh. You can flex the ankle, you can let it rest. Again, finding some nice swings left and right. Definitely opening the left hip this time. And also finding some sensation in the inner thigh and the inner groin, that left side, without overdoing anything. And the next time you swing to the right, you allow that left foot towards the mat or the floor. Shifting your hips a little bit towards the left. You feel the sensation on the inner thigh. So perhaps you open your left knee a little bit farther away from the chest. No over-efforting, no struggling, no judgment. And you'll notice when the breath starts getting short or maybe starts getting choppy. You'll notice when that happens. And it usually is when the mind starts to wander back into the realities of the day, maybe back into your work or taking care of the kids or dinner. And you just see these thoughts as clouds. Let them pass by. Let them pass by. Acknowledge them. They're there. They're always going to be there. But right now, you're prioritizing your space and your time and your energy. So let them pass by and come back to the breath. Let's gently come out of this pose, shall we? Slowly come back to center. Keeping the legs bent for now. This time, right ankle on top of the left thigh, figure 4. Flexing that ankle or not, totally up to you. The right knee is opening up to the right. Find these nice sways left and right. Taking advantage of this time to bring attention to places that feel tense and compressed and short and tight and overused or ignored or even abused. Next time you bring your legs to the left, just let that right foot make it to the ground. Shift your hips to the right a little bit. Nothing changes in the upper body. The focus is in the lower body. Without over-efforting, that right knee wants to face the ceiling. Definitely feeling this more, maybe in the right groin, the right side of the lower back. And even the restorative yoga practices do encourage better sleep or better naps, even. You're definitely not asleep while you're in it, very much awake and aware. And then gently bring the legs to center. Uncross them. Just lengthen them out for a while. Find some nice ankle plops to the side, a little bit of movement in the legs. Beautiful. And then start to roll on to a side of your choice. And gently pushing yourselves up. Nice, you guys. We are going to use our bolster and perhaps our two blocks for the next pose. Why don't you just set your blocks sort of side by side each other and it's flattest side. You may use them, you may not use them. But we're going to drape the backs of our knees on this edge of the bolster or your pillow, whichever case there may be. In my case, it's a pretty sturdy pillow, so I'm going to find this slanted position and then rest my feet on the edges of the block, or they may make their way down towards the mat. Right there. And then slowly, I'm going to have the backs of my palms, slide down my shins, and I'm just drop my head towards the chest. Just find this rounding in the spine, but it's not an over rounding. There's no effort here. It's just letting this natural shape, happen. And the palms are open for me, just so I'm not tempted to hold on to my ankles, since I'm always holding on to a mouse or a cell phone or a book. So just opening the palms, letting the hands slide, let the head drop. Perhaps the longer you stay here, you feel like your hands could go a little bit farther towards the feet. Maybe. It's just maybe the lower back or the back space of the body is just now a little bit more allowing to do that. And again, there's no goal, there's no sense of achievement here. Letting your eyelids feel heavy. Take a deep breath in. Take it all the way out. Deep breath out. Exhaling it out. I really am zenned out because, I could hardly speak right. I feel like I am in this space where I'm just having these nice, sort of quiet, silent conversations, mind, body, and spirit. And perhaps it's happening for you too. Take one more breath here. And gently slide the hands back along the shins. If you want, you can rest your hands behind you, opening up the chest for a little bit of intermission here. And then slowly remove your legs out of the props. We're going to make our way on our backs. I want you to bring your bolster or your blanket or your thick furniture with you. Keeping the legs bent, placing this bolster kind of halfway through the bolster between your thighs, and then sending your feet on top of the bolster. And I just want us to hug it out. So maybe the fingers interlace on top of your bolster or your pillow. Have some rocking sensation here or motion here. And then keeping your ankles where they are, maybe even keeping your hands where they are. Slowly send the knees over to the right side. And whether you're still hugging it out or you're opening up your left arm, whichever feels good, just find this nice, gentle twist towards the right side. Notice if your chin has lifted too much. Thoughts like clouds, let them come in, acknowledge them, and then just let them pass. Gently release from this twist. Maybe keeping the ankles where they are, maybe you're hugging it out again. And then shift your hips to the right, bring your knees to the left, finding this nice gentle twist on this side. Supported, propped up. Mm, nice. Deep breaths. Then gently release from the pose. We're going to get to our last pose here. If you want to put your legs up on the wall, please go ahead and do that. You can have something underneath your bums and just lifting your legs up on the wall. Otherwise, if you don't have a wall, just grab your bolster or your blanket and then slide it underneath the body so that your sacrum, part of your bums, are rested on top of it. And then just lift your legs up towards the sky. Hands can be on the belly, just relaxed. If you want to take this opportunity to find some gentle ankle circles, spreading the toes perhaps. Always finding length in the back of the neck so that the breath is not restricted or compromised. And we can just hang right here. This being our last pose, at least in this practice. Find this to be the place where you're most gentle, a place where you feel most grounded and soft. And allow the breath to soften. Coming back to the breath. Inhale. Exhale, get rid of your stressors. Hopefully this breath work is something you revisit throughout the day. And then you gently bend the legs. Plant the feet onto your mat. A little bit of squeeze in the glutes just to lift the hips up and to remove the bolster out of the way. Coming back down and rolling on to a side of your choice. And then gently pushing yourselves up. Finding a nice comfortable seated position, perhaps crossed at the shins. Hands pressed together, heart center. Just rub them up together just to find some warmth. And then place them in front of your face. So you're seeing inward. And the dialogue keeps happening, mind, body, and spirit. Hands together, press at the heart center. Thumbs touching your chest, bow down to your hands. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. With a hint of smile in your face, gently blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for taking care of yourselves. Thank you for sharing your practice. I know this is a very short and sweet restorative yoga practice for your lower body. I hope you revisit this class or you take some of my other classes. For now, namaste from me to you. Thank you so much. Bye.